Hello. Here I'm going to show you some daily stretches that we can do for our upper body to help us prime our joints for our daily activities. They're going to be called C.A.R.s. That's an acronym for a controlled articular rotation. Or just to make it more simple, they're basically controlled focused joint circles. So, the reason why I want you to do this every day, once again to reiterate, we're going to prime our joints, get them ready, preferably first thing in the morning, just like we would brush our teeth. We're going to brush the joints, all the stuff in our joints out to prepare us for our daily activities. I'm going to start off with the neck. So for all the C.A.R.s, it's really important to be sitting nice and tall with good posture. Your feet flat on the floor if possible, in a good stable base. And then for my neck C.A.R., I'm going to start off by bringing my chin to my chest as far as I can. And then I'm going to draw my chin across my collarbone into rotation. Once I can't rotate anymore, I'm going to reach my ear back behind me. And then I'm going to slowly rotate in the opposite direction to look straight up to the ceiling. And then slowly rotate, bringing my ear to my other shoulder, and then my chin back to my collarbone. I'll show you from this angle. Chin to chest, rotate the chin on the collarbone, bring the ear behind the shoulder, rotate the opposite direction and look up, and then bring the chin to the collarbone. Next is our thoracic spine, or our middle and upper portion of our spine. We're going to split this up into the combined movements that we have. So there's 3 groups of movements. You can do this by giving yourself a little hug, putting your hands right on your chest. And the movements are going to be rounding into flexion. Think about rounding your back. And then sitting back up straight. Then we have side bending, so dropping your shoulder to your hip. Still keeping your belly nice and tight so we don't lose our balance, because we only want to be bending in our rib cage. Think about bending on the middle of your rib cage, dropping the shoulder as far down as you can. And then the third one is rotation. I'm thinking my belly button is pointed forward, and I'm going to rotate my shoulders side to side while my belly button is forward. Once again, flexion, rounding my back, extension, sitting up tall, side bending, dropping the shoulder to the hip, and then rotation, belly buttons forward, rotating my shoulders side to side. Next is the scapula, or the shoulder blade. We have 2 groups of movements for our shoulder blade. So I'm going to have you starting off with your arms nice and straight, out at like a 45-degree angle. And then sitting up nice and tall, I want you to think about pushing your arms as far forward as you can. Think about spreading your shoulder blades apart. And then you're going to come back into bringing your shoulder blades together. My arms stay straight the whole time. One more time, we punch forward into what we call protraction, which is spreading the shoulder blades apart, and then bringing it back together into retraction, just putting the shoulder blades together. Arms stay straight the whole time. Here, sitting up tall, pushing my shoulder blades forward into protraction, bringing my shoulder blades back into retraction. Next is the shoulder. We have forward, and then back, out to the side as far as you can, and then back down. Most important about the shoulder, in my opinion, is rotation. So pretend you have an X in the middle of your bicep, and you're going to take that X and we're going to rotate your bicep either that way clockwise or counterclockwise, and then clockwise. So rotating the bicep down, I'm focusing on the movement coming from here. My arm is straight, and now I'm going to rotate that bicep the other direction. We can do this with both arms. So think thumbs as far backward, and then rotate the bicep to where the thumbs are now facing down. One more time, all those movements. We have forward into flexion, sitting up nice and tall, and then we have backward into extension. Arms out to the side like you're making a snow angel, reaching up above, and then bringing them back into the side. Most importantly, rotation. External rotation is the bicep going that way. Internal rotation is the bicep going this way. So internal rotation, external rotation. Almost done. We have the elbow. That's going to be bend and straighten all the way. Bend all the way, straighten all the way. And also the forearm, which is palm up, palm down. We're thinking of palm flesh up here, and then palm down, rotating at the forearm, which is really happening at the elbow. Straightening the arms into extension, bending the arms into flexion, rotating the forearm, palm down, palm up. And I suggest you do this with your arm at a 90 degree angle. Last is the wrist. We're going to go to that 90-degree angle. We're going to do these two ways, with your fingers fully flat and with a fist. Pretend you have a very expensive iPhone right here, and you're going to go slow wrist circles. Think about drawing the biggest circle you can with your middle finger without losing that expensive iPhone. What I mean by that is, if you pronate or supinate, we're moving at the elbow, and I really want you to just focus moving at the wrist. So you're going to go a clockwise circle, and then a counterclockwise circle with the palm open, and then clockwise circle with the palm closed. Good posture. Counterclockwise circle with the palm closed. Now, just to recap, these are more so introductory movements into what we call C.A.R.s, which are those controlled focus joint circles. The goal is to do these every day. I suggest a minimum of at least 2 reps, bare minimum. You can even do 5 or 10. You really can't do enough of these exercises. Movement is lotion. The more we move our joints, the better we're going to be. Thank you.